Welcome to the 5th episode of I Guess Sports. I'm your host Selby, and alongside me my partner Steven. Alright guys, we got a new member in our crew. He's going to be joining us later. I'm going to be talking about the NFL, guys. Steve's going to be talking about the latest news in the NFL and college football. Alright Steve, what you got for us?
Alright, first coaching changes. Tom Cable got fired this evening. He had another year on his contract and option, but he got fired. I don't believe he should have done that. He gave them their best record in 8 years, 8-8, and they were getting close to the playoffs. Their division was kind of hard, but he did the best he could. And Jim Harbaugh, the Stanford head coach, is looking to maybe jump to the NFL or maybe jump to Michigan, since they just fired their coach this evening too, Rich Rodriguez. He was 15-22, very poor stat, and he couldn't get his defense to do anything, so he's gone. And last night in the Sugar Bowl was just a great performance by Terrell Pryor. He was 14 for 25 with 221 yards and 2 touchdowns and no interceptions, and he had 15 rushes for 115 yards. Very great, and he might come out and get drafted this year. We'll see. And the other prospect quarterback, Ryan Mallett, with the sensational arm, he was 24 for 47 with 277 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. And at the end of the day, the Buckeyes won 31-26. And yeah, just a great game.
Thank you, Steven, for all of that great news. Alright guys, here's our new member, Jose. Come on, Jose.
Yeah. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, he's going to be talking about sports that I don't like to talk about.
And I don't like to talk about either.
Yeah, well, this past week, Frankie Edgar has beat BJ Penn in the light heavyweight title fight. He won due to a draw, but it was still a great fight. Also, the third baseman, Adrian Beltier, has signed a 6-year contract worth $96 million. Congrats to him. The NFL Kansas City Chiefs, they have signed Kevin Curtis. He was a former Eagle, and he got signed due to the defensive back has been placed on injured reserve. Soccer coach for Rome refuses to take Adriano, the Brazilian soccer player. Yeah, so that's just the top news today in sports.
Alright, thank you, Jose. Great job on your first try here. Alright guys, on to the NFL. We're going to be talking about the great matchups this week in the playoffs. Alright guys, first matchup guys. Green Bay traveling to Philadelphia. A week 1 rematch. So what do you guys think?
I think the Eagles will come out with the victory. You got to remember, week 1, Michael Vick didn't even play the whole game, and he went over 100 yards rushing. And since then, he's been even more explosive, especially with his arm. And I don't know how they'll be able to contain him. So I got to give it to the Eagles.
Well, I disagree with you. The one they call Super Vic, I don't think it's going to be too super this Sunday, because Clay Matthews is in the backfield and they're going to bang him up really good like the Vikings did week 16. So I think Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers are going to come out with the win.
Alright, I take Philly, and then Green Bay is going to regret for taking out Kevin Cobb, because that's when Michael Vick came out and unleashed his new powers, I guess you could say. Alright guys, so I'm taking Philly. Alright, game 2. New Orleans traveling to Seattle. So what do you think?
Well, I don't see any way Seattle can win this game, honestly. I know they beat the Rams. They had that was their playoff game. I think it's over for them. Drew Brees is playing great football right now, and I just got to give it to the Saints.
Yeah, I don't even know how they call this a game for New Orleans. I think this is like a bye week for them. I think they should just take the win. The only way that they're going to, if a meteor crashes down and they kill the whole Saints team.
It's not going to be that bad. But
okay, well, I take New Orleans, guys. I know Seattle is a bad team, but I think they'll play great and have a decent match with them. But I still think New Orleans will come on top, though. All right, game 1 in the AFC. Indianapolis and the New York Jets. What do you take, Steven?
I gotta take the Jets in this one. I was thinking about it, and their defense is playing great. The last time the Jets got knocked out by the Colts, and I think that Rex Ryan's going to pull one up on Peyton Manning. He's lost a lot of his weapons. Dallas Clark scored 2 touchdowns in the game that they won, and Austin Collie scored 2, and they're both out. So I got to give it to the Jets.
Well, I think that the Colts were going to win because Peyton Manning, he's very hot and he's always accurate. Well, most of his games this year. And also, I think he's going to get through that Jets defense, and I think Mark Sanchez is going to choke this upcoming weekend.
Alright guys, I take the New York Jets. This is a rematch from last year's AFC Championship game. And the Jets have improved since last year, and the Colts have not improved since last year. They have lost so many weapons in that offense, and the Jets have gotten so many good players on defense. So I expect Rex Ryan to come up with something big and stop Indianapolis offense. Alright guys, the next match, Baltimore and Kansas City Chiefs. It's a shocker right there. Kansas City won the AFC West.
Yeah. I got to give all the credit to Kansas City. They've been playing great football. They're #1 rushing offense. But I actually have to give it the Ravens. The Ravens take pride in stopping the run, and that's what they'll do. They'll dare Matt Castle to throw. And he has to remember, in the back end of the secondary, there's Ed Reed. He's had 6 interceptions in 5 quarters. That is an amazing stat, and made the playoff and made the Pro Bowl without even playing all 16 games. So I got to give it to the Ravens.
I disagree with you again. The Ravens, they're kind of banged up. You know, Michael Orr's banged up. Haloti Ngata, he's a little banged up. Also, they got Jamal Charles back there. He can do good things for the Kansas City Chiefs. I just think that the Baltimore Ravens are going to slip up, and they're not going to go past this wild card round.
Alright guys, this is a hard match. I don't know who to take, but I'm just going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs because they got the #1 rushing offense, and Jamal Charles and Thomas Jones, they're 2 good-ass running backs. And Matt Castle, I know he had a bad game last game, but throughout the whole season, he's only thrown 5 interceptions with 27 touchdowns, guys. That's really good for him, with not a great offense. So I expect Kansas City to come up big and defeat Baltimore.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Which wild card team will make it to their championship?
Well, from the NFC, I'll take the New Orleans Saints. From the AFC, I'll take the New York Jets.
Okay, and I will take the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to choose the Indianapolis Colts for the AFC, and I'm going to choose the Philadelphia Eagles for the NFC.
I got a question. Why do you say the Colts?
Because I think Peyton Manning, he's just going to do a miraculous thing like he did last year.
Alright, thanks for watching for the 5th episode of I Guess Sports. I'm your host, Sylvie, and here's our new member, Jose, and that's our bad actor, Steven.
Yeah. All right, and comment, rate, subscribe, and tell us what you think. Who's going to make it past the wild card round, and who do you think your pick for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, guys. Alright, thanks for watching, and see you next week.
Yeah.